Hey there, and welcome to another episode of On the Couch with Fouch. My name is Matt Fouch, and I am the host of this interview series. Now, you guys come and watch this interview series because it is the best way to get to know your favorite Southern gospel music artists. Now, if you're watching on Facebook, please take a moment, hit the like button, comment, share, so that your friends who love Southern gospel music can also get to know their favorite artist as well. If you're watching on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Would love to have you here as a subscriber. And today I have the great privilege of interviewing Mr. Ray Reese of the Kingsmen Quartet. Brother, thank you so much for
my pleasure to
accepting my invitation.
Yes, sir.
I have not had the opportunity to interview any of the Kingsmen members yet. And this year I thought, I'm going to start getting those Kingsmen guys in. And I'm going to start with the Dean of Bass Singers,
Okay.
Ray Dean Reese, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
I'm excited. I'm glad to be here. Just don't throw me no curveball.
Well, I actually said that to him before we got going. I said, Ray, don't worry. I'm not going to ask you anything crazy. I'm not going to throw you any curveballs. And he said,
I've got a huge catcher's mitt.
so it wouldn't matter if I throw him any curves. He's good to go. So thank you so much.
Yes,
it's a privilege for me to interview you.
I appreciate that.
One of the best bass singers through the years. You've been doing it for
52 years with the Kingsmen.
52 years, same group.
Yeah.
That is amazing and unheard of.
I couldn't find nowhere else to work.
They've been trying to get rid of him for years. And they can't get him out.
Yeah.
You're just staying around.
Yeah.
Man, well, I'm excited to hear about, well, let me say it this way. Many of you that submitted questions, they were asking about the history of the Kingsmen. You guys have a long, long legacy of great music. And so I just want to start off with the question, tell us about the history of the Kingsmen Quartet, the legacy that is the Kingsmen.
I would be honored to do that, but I'm going to really have to condense it.
Absolutely, I understand. It's a long time they've been going.
But 1954, in the mountains of North Carolina, three brothers called the McKinney Brothers formed a group, and they called it the McKinney Brothers. 2 years later, they acquired the Kingsmen name. That's in 1956. So the Kingsmen have been on the road since 1956.
And there have been so many members.
Yeah.
And in that span of time, so many different lineups and groups. And there was a couple people that asked the question about your favorite lineup, or if you could put together your favorite Kingsmen group, the All-Star Kingsmen group. I hesitate to ask you that.
How'd I do that?
But that would be one of those that would be so hard to do. But could you give us just an idea of what you think maybe the best lineup or the all-star lineup would be? And you guys were actually at the NQC recording this interview, and just last night, I think it was, you guys had a little mini reunion out there on stage. So, can you do it? If you can't, I completely get it. I know these folks will understand.
I'll just put it this way. I don't, out of all the years that I've been with the Kingsmen and all the people I've had the honor to be with in the quartet, please don't nobody get offended, because nobody thinks alike, okay? But actually, my most comfortable or being with or like to be with Ernie Phillips singing tenor, Squire Parsons singing baritone, and baritone, Jim Hamill singing lead, and myself, and Anthony Berger at the piano.
Yeah.
And of course we had a band back in those days, and that was Greg Fox was playing the drums, and Wayne Maynard, I believe it was playing the bass guitar.
And many people that have been following the Kingsmen for all these years, that's probably right around maybe one of the first lineups they heard. Because that's when, most of those guys, when you guys were kicking, man, people loved you all for so long, but that lineup it was magnetic. Yeah. People were just drawn to it,
That, if I'm correct, that was in the 78, 79, 80, in that era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you've got a great group now as well. These guys are doing fantastic. You guys are out there thrilling the crowds. You still got the high tenor singing and the low down bass and those two guys right in the middle that are keeping it all together. You've got a great group going, and I know you guys love the Kingsmen Quartet. We're not done yet, but while we're talking about it, would you please just tell the folks where they can find out information about the group so that they can come see you guys in concert? And then I got more questions.
Okay. We're with the Harper Agency, and if you go to harperagency.com, they have our schedule and a lot of other schedules too of other groups. But ours is Kingsmen Quartet at www.kingsmenquartet.com.
You got it. And I'm sure they're on Facebook and all that. You can find them there.
Well, see, that's as far as I'm going to go with it, because you get instructions on that, how to go to the other places, Facebook, schedule, blah.
There you go.
And I would be very, very honored if I could do anything other than turn the computer on and turn it off.
Well,
I'd be happy.
Well, I hope you guys will check them out as soon as this interview is done. But we're not done yet. We still got a ton of great questions. The next one I want to get to is there's this little thing that happened for a while, and I think you guys still do them occasionally, called the King's Gold.
Yes.
Okay, so Chris Gale would like to know who came up with the King's Gold concept.
Well, I really can't answer that, except Gold City, Eldridge Fox was, when he was the owner and the manager of the Kingsmen, him and Tim Riley, well, a guy that originated by putting the King's Gold City together.
Okay.
They were good friends. Okay. So, and we worked a lot together. So somewhere in all this, us working concerts together individually, they came up with this idea of, why don't we just have what called it King's Go, and put the two groups together. Jim Hamill be the band director or the director of the groups, call it a choir, and see how that works. Mm-hmm. And we did a few times, and it was phenomenal. It really
good.
Yeah.
I've seen some videos online.
Yeah.
And it looked like it's one of those. Have y'all done any lately?
Not to mount to anything. Every once in a while, when we were on the same concert stage, we get together and do a couple of songs.
Gotcha.
Mr. Bill Bailey, down in
Florida.
Yeah. He works the two of us together a lot, and we always end that way.
Very good. I'd love to hear it again. Yeah. We're not ever with you all when you guys have done that to end out the program, but I know that you guys are delighting audiences and
I can't remember
fans with
the
that
date.
stuff.
It's either in October or November. You also, when you check in the schedule, he'll tell about it. In Alabama, on a Monday night, there is a King's Go. We have it once a year. But
there you go.
I can't remember the time.
Well, check them out online, and you can definitely see where that's going to be. My next question that I have for you comes from Darlene Riddle. Thank you for your question. And she wants to know, what do you do on the bus to pass your time?
I read a lot, but my favorite, we have a satellite on the bus, the Western Channel. The Western Channel. John Wayne, all of those folks. I love them.
Now, over the years, people have brought you, I'm sure, a ton of snacks and goodies and desserts.
Oh, yeah.
So what would you say is your all-time favorite that you've gotten before?
Banana pudding. Banana pudding.
Man, there was no hesitation on that one. You went right to it.
And then, a lot of times, folks at the concerts will fix meals for us. You know that. And they always ask me, what would we like to have? I said, well, I can't speak for the other guys, but since you're asking me, they'll have to eat what I tell you, if we can get it. Pinto beans, cornbread, mashed potatoes, just good country vegetable cooking with cornbread.
And then at the end,
banana pudding.
I love it. That sounds delicious. I'm getting hungry right now.
Yeah.
Okay, Lynn Bracey wants to know, what is the most unusual song request you've ever received?
Well, that's hard for me to.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And sometimes I ask a question and people don't have the answer to right off the top of their head. They have to think about it for a while. And if that's the case, that's okay.
The Kingsmen, like I said, originated in 1956. The name was registered, and you go through all of these, things that you do with them. But there was a group came out a few years later, a rock group, and they did a song called Louie Louie. And a lot of times we get asked to sing that song. Do you ever remember that? You don't. You're too young for that. Oh man, yeah.
I don't remember that.
You don't?
No.
Oh my goodness. But they are great guys. They're from Oregon.
Well, was their name the Kingsmen or
Yeah.
something? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So they
I didn't know because I was like, I don't know the song. I don't know who did it.
Well, they was in a different.
So they named themselves
they
the
were
Kingsmen in a different, like rock music or something, and they did Louie Louie.
Louie Louie.
Can you give us a little sample of that?
No. No.
So, man, I've had a blast.
Yeah.
And my last thing I want to hear from
But
you.
let me tell you this.
Okay, go ahead.
They're great guys.
Yeah.
And you don't hear anything of them anymore, because that was a long time ago. But we've had contact with them, and they were great guys, and we never did have a problem of infringing on one another's territory or something like that.
Right.
Two different types of music,
Absolutely.
but people do. They'll
Yeah.
say, "Can you sing Louie Louie?"
We don't know that.
Hey, that's the title of our new recording. They don't know. Hey,
It may be a hit. You
good
never
job.
know.
Yeah.
The last thing I want you to share with these guys, and I've had a blast.
Yeah.
This has been fun. Your best stage moment out of all the years, your very best moment on stage. Would you please share that with these fine folks?
Chattanooga, Tennessee, 1977. We did a live recording called Chattanooga Live. And that was the night that we introduced to gospel music, the Old Ship of Zion.
Wow.
And we had church that night.
Now, I've heard of that one, the Old Ship of Zion.
Yeah. Okay. We had church that night. It was about 4,000 people there. I believe it was the Kingsmen, the Goodmans, and several other groups. But we had church, the Blackwood brothers there, because I remember Big Jim Hamill and James Blackwood at the invitation time. We had it was wonderful. And front of the stage was full, and that stands out the most in my memories. I loved it.
I'm sure that was a wonderful night.
Yeah.
And those folks that attended that night, I'm sure have great memories of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And y'all recorded it?
Yeah.
You said it was and so folks can probably find that on a record?
Chattanooga Live.
On a vinyl?
On a vinyl. No, well, it actually, people can find it on a vinyl. They can find it on an 8-track.
Okay. Did you
Maybe
ever,
a cassette.
I was going to ask, did you ever put it on a cassette or have you put it on a CD or anything?
No. Well, yeah, I did. I have a solo recording, and I got it's a solo recording, but I did the Old Ship of Zion, and I had Little Ernie, Jim Hamill, and Squire Parsons, and Gary Shepard come in and do the background with me.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a blast. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me on the couch for an interview.
And I enjoy your singing too.
Well, thank you.
I really
and I enjoy yours.
I really do.
Thank you so much.
And if you get one other thing, if
go
I
ahead.
may, I don't know when the different interviews that we're having air, but that young man a while ago, when he was testifying to how and what gospel music was to him and how they share it with the, he's with the, who was he?
Tribute Quartet.
Tribute Quartet, yeah.
I just finished interviewing Riley Harrison Clark.
Yeah.
So that's who he's talking about.
Yeah.
You were in here for that.
Yeah.
So you caught a little bit of that.
That young man, I had chills running up and down
That was good.
my arms when he was testifying. And so you folks I hope you enjoy that one too.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoy this one.
They've loved it. I know they have. So many people have been asking to hear from you, and now they have. You guys can catch Ray and all the guys with the Kingsmen at kingsmanquartet.com. Catch them on Facebook, all that fun stuff. Again, Ray,
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here, and I've had a blast.
And thank you folks for watching.
Y'all check out onthecouchwithfouch.com. Thanks for watching. All of your favorite artists right here on The Couch with Fouch. God bless, and until next time.